Hey Go community, welcome back to our channel. Today's video, we're going to be breaking down everything that you need to know about the Australian Work and Holiday Visa. Whether you're planning your next big adventure or you're just curious about how it all works, this video is going to break everything down for you. Hi, I'm Rena, and a couple of years ago I packed my bags from my 9 to 5 and moved to Australia on a working holiday visa. From working in bustling cafes in Melbourne to living in the outback of Australia in Uluru, I have truly made the most of my experience here. I travelled the East Coast, I snorkeled in the Great Barrier Reef, I sailed the Whitsundays. This visa has truly given me a freedom and a work-life balance that I could never imagine that I would have in my 20s. In this video, I'll cover the basics of a working holiday visa, what it is, who's eligible, how to apply, what to do when you arrive, how to find work, and even how to extend your stay here. I'll also be sharing some personal tips and some behind the scenes information to help you guys out so you feel confident and excited about your working holiday journey. So let's get right into it. So let's talk about the working holiday visa, the subclass 462. On this temporary visa, you can stay in Australia for up to 12 months, work part-time or full-time jobs, study for up to 4 months, travel to and from Australia as many times as you like, and this visa can be renewed up to 3 times if certain requirements are met. Cost of the visa. The visa costs 650 Australian dollars, which converts to around 434 US dollars. And you can really simply pay and apply for this online. The eligibility criteria includes ages 18 to 30, a valid passport from a eligible country, proof of sufficient funds, at least 5,000 Australian dollars, having a minimum of a high school degree, having a clean criminal record and evidence by a police background check, and being physically and mentally healthy. These requirements may vary by country, but you can double check this on the government website when you apply for your visa. Now let's get into the application process. Make sure you gather your necessary documents like your passport, bank statements, even your birth certificate. Complete the online application through the Australian immigration website. Then pay the application fee, as we said, 650 Australian dollars. Then is the fun part. You await the processing and there might be some additional checks that they will contact you for. Then comes the wait for approval. The majority of working holiday visa applications get processed within 4 months. You'll be notified in writing if your visa is approved either by email or via post, and it will contain your visa number, the start date of your visa, and the conditions of your visa as well. And side note tip from me, as someone who has applied for this visa 3 times, make sure you triple check your documents. They will ask you all the countries that you have visited. They will want to get as much information out of you as they can. Make sure that you have this all ready to go so you don't have any delays like I had my second time round. And you can also track your application in real time by heading over to the website. You can see the progress of it, how it's going. If you need additional information, it's all online, which is super helpful. Now, getting ready to go. Personally, once my visa was approved, I had about 1 month to plan my whole Australia trip. It was equal parts exciting and nerve-wracking, and I know a lot of people feel like this. So let's talk essentials that really helped me out. Number 1, packing. Stick to the essentials. Australian fashion is like nothing else. Also, a tip from me, the UV is crazy here, especially during their summer. You need to buy sunscreen from Australia because the sunscreen from back home will simply not work in the Australian sun. Research and planning. Make a list and research a few of the cities that you want to go to. Australia is a big place, so if you like surfing, consider going somewhere like the Gold Coast, Byron Bay. If you want more of an outback life, consider the Northern Territory. If you love stunning beaches, Western Australia is the absolute go for you. If you're artsy and you want that big city life, I would recommend Melbourne. And flights. Make sure you check flight comparison websites. These are honestly my favorite. I have got flights for as cheap as 500 US dollars straight to Australia from Europe, which is crazy. Flying to the big major cities like Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, or Perth, you'll get the best flight deals from there. So what do you do when you're in Australia? First things first, let's set up an admin your life. Open an Australian bank account. I opened a Commonwealth bank account before I got to Australia. As soon as I got to Australia, I just simply went inside the bank and collected my bank card and I was ready to go and start working. Get a SIM card. You'll need data and to make calls. Optus and Telstra and Vodafone are the main providers here, so go for one of those. And apply for a tax file number. You cannot have a job here without a tax file number. It's really easy to do. You do it online and make sure you have an Australian address when you're applying for this because your number will get sent to that. And then it's the fun part. It's time to start exploring, looking for jobs, meeting friends, friends, doing really new fun activities that you never thought that you'd do before. Join the Facebook groups for working holiday travelers, do some free walking tours. Australia is such a big and amazing place. It's really the chance to explore and do some new things that you've never done before. And to the other side of things, how do you find employment? Most common types of jobs for visa holders are usually hospitality, farm work, and tourism. So think working in cafes, bars, rural farms, hostels, bars, travel companies. All these jobs will be available to you. Now on to understanding your workers' rights when you're in Australia. Australia has really strong workers' rights. This is why a lot of people opt for this visa. The minimum wage is currently $24.10 per hour as of right now, 2025. And just always make sure that you reference this and check online and make sure your employer is paying you fairly, providing proper breaks, and contributing to your superannuation. And make sure that you utilize job boards. Here at GoVerseas, we have an amazing job board where you can find all jobs for working holiday visas, especially in Australia. You can also use places like Seek, Jora, Backpackers Job Board, or Gumtree to find jobs in Australia. When I first came over, I actually did a group tour in Australia. They offered many different options and I had a look for these on Go Overseas actually. There are working holiday programs which match you with jobs even right before you come. They organize everything for you. So everything that I've spoke about, if this seems even overwhelming, even getting a SIM card, which I know is crazy confusing when you're in a new country, these companies do it for you. Everything. So if you want a smoother start, why not head over here and have a look at our gap year programs on Go Overseas that will help match you with a working holiday visa provider in Australia. When I got to Australia, I found my first job through Facebook. I was handing my CVs around cafes. Make sure that you create a new CV tailored for Australia. This is my top tip. Make sure that you completely redo it. Don't use your one from back home. Go and hand this out and don't be discouraged if it takes a few weeks or even a few months to find a job. But the key thing to keep in mind is that make sure you have enough funds to keep you going because Australia is not cheap. And in the time between job hunting, why not use that time to settle in, explore, make new friends, and make connections? And what happens if you fall in love with Australia and you want to stay here longer? How do you do that? To qualify for a second year, you'll need to complete at least 3 months regional work. This can be classified as your 88 days, as some people say. This means that you need to complete that specified work in Australia. Usually it's farm work, can be hospitality roles in the Northern Territory, construction or tourism roles. The rules are pretty strict on this. I would definitely recommend checking this on the immigration website so you know that you're doing this right. There are certain postcodes that you can live and work in to complete your regional work, and when you apply for your next visas, you need to have proof that you've worked in these places for at least 88 days, and then for your third year visa, you need to have done 6 months. So make sure you track your hours and get proper pay slips to make sure you're legible. And a quick side note, British passport holders do not need to do their regional work, specified work anymore. They don't have to do that 88 days at all. Personally, I had to do mine. I'm an Estonian passport holder and I did my regional work in the Northern Territory working in hospitality. I had the best time, and if anyone asks me, I always recommend them to come up here and do it in the Northern Territory. The working holiday visa is an amazing opportunity to learn, travel, grow, and work. From the application process to your first days in Australia to extending your stay, I really hope this video helped you guys out on your journey that you're going to be starting upon. Here at Go Overseas, we have plenty of resources to help you more on your Australian working holiday visa. Even though I've covered the basics here, we have newsletters that you can follow. I've even linked some of our favorite programs in the description down below so you can check them out. If this video helped you out, why not share it with someone who might be starting their Australian adventure soon? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and see you guys next time.